Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another layout for the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut files design team, and I'm using one of the brand new cut files that was just released today. That is the Messy Stars cut file. So I've cut it, as you can see, in three. I've cut a big one and then two slightly smaller ones. And I'm going to be documenting these photos of my son winning an award at school. So I pulled out the Simple Stories Little Dude collection because I don't have a whole lot of paper left in this, but I have quite a few embellishments, so I am trying to get it used up and get it out of my stash. I've also pulled in this Pink Fresh chipboard set. Is it from Office Hours? I'm not sure, but it's all like office supplies on it, and I thought that would make sense for a school themed layout, so I've just pulled that in as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and back part of this cut file. I'm only doing the big star, and I'm only doing some of the sort of crossover parts of the star. As you can see there, I've cut out on my background paper the center part of the star, and I'm going to create like a little hollow inside. So I really just want to use some of this bright green to back some of these kind of overlapping sections of the star. Just add another pop of color there. So I'm just going to do that real quick off camera. So there we go, skip 2. So you can see I've left some of those bits empty, and the center bit I've left empty because I'm just going to go through and stick this down now. Just like that. So I just did that in my Silhouette Studio program when I cut the cut files out. So now I'm deciding where I want to put my photos, and I'm going to put both my photos behind these smaller stars, and they turned out to be just the right size. I hadn't actually planned on doing this when I cut the cut files, but once I cut them out and had them on my desk, I sort of thought, oh, they look like they'll fit perfectly over the photos. And the only thing that they're getting rid of is the background, so there's nothing really important that's being cut out. My son's still all there, and his prize and his certificate are still all there, so it turned out really fortuitous. So I'm just going through. I just used some tacky glue, let it dry for a half a minute, and then I'm trimming off all the excess. And I'm trimming them off so that they're just sitting inside the very smallest inside piece of the star, and I still have all those overlapping pieces empty. So now I'm going through and choosing a pattern paper to back this center star with, and I have decided to pop it up on foam first, just to create that, not illusion, create that extra dimension and that 3D effect. So I'm just going ahead and just very messily adding strips of adhesive foam around the outside. I'm not making a shaker pocket, so I don't need to make sure that they're all joined together. I don't care if there's gaps, I just want to add that shadow. So I'm using a combination of double-sided tape and tacky glue. And then I'm going to use the cut-out bit that I had left over after I cut it out of my Silhouette to guide me for my pattern paper. So I'm going to use that spotty pattern, and like I said, I don't have a lot of papers left, so yeah, I really quite like how that looks. And I'm just going to lay my stars out in a diagonal like that. I use that large title off the sticker sheet right in the center of my star, and then I've added a little tiny word sticker. I'm not sure what it says because I don't have my glasses on and I can't quite read it on my preview screen. So now I'm going to go in with some mixed media. I'm just using that extra cut off star bit to cover up my title and everything. I don't want any mixed media getting inside that star. So I'm just going to do a diagonal line of these splatters. I'm doing some Distress Oxide in Faded Jeans, I think the color is. It goes on dark, but it dries quite a nice mid-tone blue. And then I'm adding some white Liquitex acrylic ink, of course. I am getting kind of low on this. I need to source another bottle ASAP. So I am having some trouble getting my splatters going. But I'm just going to do these again just in a rough diagonal line. I'm adding a bit more just around the edges of the star in very delicate splatters. And now that has mostly dried, I'm going to adhere my little stars. I did have to dab up a little bit of the ink that's behind my photos so they don't get too soggy, but there you go, that's where they're going to go. I'm overlapping them slightly. And then I'm going to go through with all the stars from this collection. So I had quite a few star stickers left on their sticker sheet, so I'm going to go through and add all of them except there's one orange one which I didn't see much point in adding because you wouldn't be able to see it. And then I pulled out the chipboard and I'm going to add all these stars as well. May as well get them used up. I'm trying to use up this collection. I love this collection, but it's not the easiest to use. There's lots of very bright colours, kind of chunky embellishments. Okay, so once I've added those, I'm just going to add my date there in just black ink. And then I'll add 2 more of these little word stickers. One says "You are so smart," and then this one says something about relaxing with a good book, which is why I swapped them around, because I wanted to have the good book one in the photo over the photo where he's holding the book that he got as a prize for winning this award. So I've also dumped out my little container of glitter paper, stars and hearts and whatnot, and I'm just going to pull out a bunch of the gold glitter stars and stick those down. Just trying to fill in any of those gaps. And once I've done that, I'm going to come in with some Nouveau drops. So I'm just going to do a bunch of little clusters of 3. I'm doing some with this, it's like a minty teal pale aqua colour, and then I'll do some in this gold, champagne gold colour. Just again, trying to fill in some of those gaps. And then I am going to put on some of these chipboard because I pulled them out specifically to use and I haven't used any yet. So I do tuck in, I get that little thumbtack on, and then I do tuck in this little pencil and then the little bulldog clip there. Some of them are kind of hard to use because they, I don't know, they're a bit too stylized. You can't actually tell what they are once they're off the sheet. Like some of the books are just kind of rectangles. But I do love that little pencil. Now I'm going to add in some extra glue underneath those chipboards too, because I haven't done that yet. And then I'm just going to add my journaling down at the bottom corner here because it wasn't really anywhere. I had quite a bit to write and there wasn't anywhere around my embellishments that I could put it without it looking strange. So I'm just going to write it out there, and then I'm just going to trim off my branding strip, and that's going to be my layout finished. So thank you so much for joining me today. Close-ups are coming up. The links to this cut file and the COAPA Cutfiles Facebook group will be in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!